Hello Willow class. It's time for the next chapter of EVERNIGHT by Ross Mackenzie. The chapter today is Flight of the Witches. It's chapter 33. It'll be on the screen so you can read at the same time. In the highest branches of the Westerly Witch's mother tree, Leora Twig, High Witch, stood on a platform with her council and looked to the east. They could all see it, the monstrous, living darkness in the sky, and feel its power. There was fear in their hearts. "How did it get out?" said John Bearclaw, a huge man with dark brown skin and only one arm, the result of a run-in with an angry mob of hag hunters many years before. "Does it matter?" said Becca Stone. "It's free. What we have to find is a way to put it back in." "Why hasn't it come here?" asked Emmett Feather, indicating the sky above Westerly Witch, which was still the clear sapphire blue of a sunny afternoon. "It's torn across most of the world, but stopped some way short of us. Why?" "It's waiting," said the High Witch. "For what, Mum?" said John Bearclaw. "I think it's sending the Painted to King's Haven to build an army, and then it will come here and destroy us." "Those poor people," said Becca Stone. "Shouldn't we help them?" "Those poor people," said John Bearclaw, who was cunning and clever, "would hang us as soon as look at us. Why should we rush to their aid? They have their precious white witches, do they not? Let Mrs. Hester fight this. In the meantime, the Doomsday Coven will come to our aid. I'm sure of it. That's what it was set up for, after all." "The EVERNIGHT is growing stronger. I see no evidence of the Doomsday Coven controlling it," said Leora Twig. Her hair tumbled over her shoulders in dark red ribbons, and her large green eyes seemed to glow in the sunlight. "It's feeding on all the fear. We have no way of knowing who the Doomsday Coven are, or where they are, or how they communicate with them. By the time they turn up, if they turn up, it might be too late." "Aye, ma'am," said Becca Stone. "It's been hundreds of years since the coven was formed. Time has surely scattered them around the world. We can't be sure that they're even still out there at all. What if Sam Hawke's doomsday spell is lost?" A murmur passed through the circle. "I say we fly today," said Emmett Feather. "Now! We meet this darkness head on, fight it before it's fully formed, its army, before it plunges us and Westerly Witch into darkness. That's what Bernie Whitecrow would say if she were here, Mum." Leora nodded. Bernie was her most trusted friend, but with Bernie Whitecrow it was always about the next adventure. She had insisted on going off to King's Haven to smuggle white witches out of the city, and the High Witch had agreed to let her go. But how she could have used Bernie's wisdom now. Birds rustled the surrounding branches, and sunlight fell through the canopy of leaves, dappling the wooden platform. "If we fly," said Laura, "there's a strong chance we won't be coming back." "But if we don't fly, Ma'am," said Emmett, "the sun will soon set for the last time over the mother tree." The High Witch fiddled with a strand of her long red hair. "A vote. We shall have a vote. All in favour of flying?" 5 hands went up, including Leora Twig's. "Against?" John Bearclaw raised his hand. "It's settled then," said Laura. "We fly." A cauldron sat over a spitting fire pit in the centre of the platform. The High Witch and her council sat around it. She brought out a most unusual bottle then. Its glass body was shaped like a hawk. The wooden stopper was a hawk's head. Leora took the bottle and tossed it into the cauldron of the centre of the circle. At once the flames leapt high and then exploded outwards in 6 fingers of light. The light hit every member of the council in the chest, and they each fell into a deep trance. From the witches' mouths came coils of golden, cloudy light, and the light drifted up into the air above the circle, forming 6 huge, winged, bird-like creatures, dazzling and burning bright. The souls of Leora Twig and her council were not like the souls of white witches. White witches' souls were small, fluttering things, made weak by imprisonment, starved of hope and freedom. The souls of the High Witch and her council were enormous, wild, thundering things, and they soared up over the mother tree, swooping and calling, and blazed out across the Pewter Sea to meet the Evernight.